Listen, there's a reason you remember certain people years later and completely forget others within minutes. It's not just the beauty, nor the confidence, and it's definitely not effort. In fact, the more someone tries to be remembered, the more forgettable they become. Because being unforgettable is not really about what you do on the surface, it's mostly about what happens in the mind of the person experiencing you. I'm sure you have met that one woman who walked into a place and immediately had everyone's attention. And even after she left, her presence still lingered. It's a psychological imprint. And women like Diane Carroll, Marilyn Monroe, Princess Diana, who exude this charm and allure, are hard to forget. And in today's video, we will look at those qualities and the psychology behind them. Your brain is constantly filtering people out. Every day you see faces, you hear voices, interact with people, and almost all of them disappear. Not necessarily because they did anything wrong, but because they are predictable. In order not to be predictable, you need to disrupt the pattern, but in a controlled way. Here's what you get wrong. You think standing out means being loud, more expressive, or more visible. That's not it. You see, when everyone is loud, the calm person stands out. When everyone is explaining themselves, the person who speaks with precision stands out. When everyone is available, the person who is selective with her presence becomes unforgettable. There's a psychological principle known as the von Restov. That's the isolation principle. It explains that the brain likes efficiency, so it ignores the mundane to save energy. In any group of similar stimuli, the one that differs most is the one that is encoded into long-term memory. It simply means when something breaks the pattern, it gets special attention. See, trying to fit in by using same filler words, speaking like every other woman on TikTok, using the exact aesthetics, copying someone else's life goals, and exact style will only blur you into the background. Look at Shadi Adu. She didn't dominate through presence, she did through absence and control. She slowed things down in a fast word, and that alone creates friction. Friction is what makes the brain pay attention. The mind is wired to remember three things, but before I mention them, hi, I'm Jay. Welcome to She Upgraded. In here, I talk about the strategies successful women use and how it has helped them in their journey, and hopefully you can learn from it too. So make sure you hit on the subscribe button if this is where you want to be, and make sure you like and share with us which woman do you think in the last 2 decades you consider unforgettable. Emotion, novelty, and contrast. From these three, if you do not trigger at least one, you would easily be forgotten. If you trigger all three, you become almost impossible to erase. Let's look at how emotion works. People don't remember your words, they remember how you make them feel. Not in a vague way, but in a specific way. For example, if someone feels calm around you in a chaotic situation, mentally you become their safe space. If someone feels slightly nervous and intrigued around you, you become their obsession. If someone feels deeply understood by you, you become their emotional anchor. And this is why Princess Diana is unforgettable. It wasn't just about her status, nor even her appearance. It was vulnerability. People didn't just see her, they experienced something through her. And she also made people feel same. She made them feel special when she was with them. And there's a certain concept known as social salience. It's the degree to which you stand out in a person's mental space. Mirroring the body language is not enough. You need to elevate it. So, if they are excited about something, you become slightly more excited for them. If they are calm, be the person who provides that space for them to be calm. Now, to embody this, you need to understand that it's not always about you. It's important how people feel around you. Many people want the spotlight on them, and so they listen just to wait for their turn to speak. So when you become interested in them, it does something interesting. You become their emotional anchor. But emotion alone won't give you that allure. The brain has a powerful drive to close loops. We remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than completed ones. When something feels unfinished, the brain keeps returning to it, trying to resolve it. Diane Carroll mastered this effect. She was present but never fully accessible. You could watch her, admire her, and even feel like you know her. But there was something that was always out of reach. And that's what keeps a person alive in your mind even long after they leave. Never tell your whole story. Keep a close loop. Mentioning a fascinating detail about your past or the project you have done in the past, that's okay, but giving full details about an entire aspect of your life, that's something that will keep others not interested for long. Because when you give small details, it creates an unsettled feeling in the other person. Their brain subconsciously revisit the thought of you because it wants to finish the story. So to be an unforgettable woman, it's okay not to reveal everything about yourself. It's okay not to react to everything. You don't give people full emotional access immediately. You let them experience you gradually, and it will keep them thinking of you. If something is always available, it loses psychological weight. If something is selective, it gains importance. The brain assigns value based on availability, and the average human being is deeply attracted to things that do not fully make sense but still feels coherent. Now, this creates tension. A woman who is only soft will be categorized quickly, likewise, a woman who is strong. But a woman who has both qualities creates curiosity. She knows when to step in and, very importantly, when to step back. This is not necessarily a tactic. Women like this understand the importance of balance. And in the book The Act of Seduction by Robert Greene, there's a seducer archetype called the coquette. The coquette doesn't chase. She doesn't overwhelm you with her presence. She gives attention and then withdraws at the right time. She creates emotional highs, then distances herself. What this does is very powerful. It creates contrast. And that's what people remember. They remember how something felt when it was there and how it felt when it wasn't. Marilyn Monroe is a perfect example. She was soft, and yet when she spoke about certain things, you could see the depth of knowledge in it. That creates a contrast from the soft, sweet, seductive Marilyn that men and women were obsessed with. Now, to exude this type of charm, you need to stop being one-dimensional. Having layers that don't immediately resolve is the secret. I did a video that explains selective access better. Check the description box if you are interested. But there's one important thing that needs to be done. It's the most important. You see, contrast without structure will create confusion, and confusion is not memorable. Unforgettable people are clear in essence, but complex in expression. Identity clarity. You will become that woman that is difficult to forget when your identity is not easily absorbed. You do not have to exaggerate your personality nor try to be different just for the sake of it. Instead, be distinct in a way that resists imitation. A unique personality is built through who you truly are and who you refuse to become. Where this clarity exists, everyone around you immediately feels it. There's no confusion. Princess Diana chose to be who she wanted to be in an environment that demanded her to be a certain way. You have to look inward to understand who you are, what makes you unique, and then embrace it. This doesn't mean you should resist growth or correction to become better. It means do not blow into the background so that you can be someone else. Also, you can be likable. Likable for the sake of it is forgettable.